Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. We have a really pretty little floral here to do today. Now what I was thinking was to maybe, rather than doing all the flowers the same colour, which of course they would be if they were all on the same stem as pictured, I thought we would mix, sorry, I just touched my microphone. I'm gonna have to stop doing that. I thought I would mix it up a little bit by doing each one a different colour. So what I think I'm going to do is to keep the stem leaves the same, keep the centres the same colour, but make the petals different between each little section of floral, so we've got a little bit of variation. You see what I mean as I go along. I'm going to start with the top one. I'm actually going to do the flowers all first, the petals, and then we'll do the leaves and the centres afterwards. I think that's probably easiest. I'm going to start with the top one here, and I'm going to use the cobalt green. I'm just going to give it a sharpen. So Polychromos cobalt green. Now I want the centre to be darker and then fade out towards the outside of the petal. Just looking at watching my microphone flashing. I think it's because it's charging. I hope so. Right, let's carry on with this. Sorry, I was very paranoid, so I wanted to just play back a bit of the video to see whether the sound was working, and it was, which was rather good. I worked out how to do it. I've never worked out how to play back a bit of video before. It was really easy. There's a little button. There's a little button on the camera and you just press it and it plays back the last video you made. So that was handy. Yeah. And then when you go back to the record mode, it keeps the same zoom position as it was in before. It's rather clever, isn't it? Gosh, you know I've had a camera like this for so long. I'm so... It's not that I'm not technical. I can understand it. I just find it so mind-numbingly boring. Yeah, to the point that my husband gets quite frustrated with me and I'm like, I just don't want to do it. Right, the very centre of the flower I'd like to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to grab a darker turquoisey shade. This is the cobalt turquoise. I'm just going to do around this little centre bit, like that. Oh, there we go. Try and fade it into the other colour and then that bit's done. And the very outside, I'm just going to grab the light cobalt turquoise just to do the edges so that it looks, so there's no white paper. It's nothing wrong with having white paper necessarily, it's just not my intention for this particular flower. So that's why I'm just going over it like this. Now I might find that once I finish them all, that I can't make the centres of them all the same because I can't work out something that matches. But I'm just going to wait and see how it all turns out. So my next flower, I actually haven't got any orange flowers yet on this page, so I'm going to do that. And I know orange next to blue might feel a bit ugh, but actually it is supposed to just be a mishmash of colour. So I'm hoping if the next one's quite random and the two little buds are going to be two different colours as well, hopefully it will just work. We'll see, hopefully. Dark cadmium orange. Usually I have faith and it works. Now I'm going to put this is going to be my darkest colour down here. I'm not going to do what I did last time and do a sort of base and then add a darker and lighter tone. I'm actually going to, excuse me, do the darker one first. and then, yeah, fade it out like this. I'm keen to have a bit of a sort out soon, later today, of I've got a few areas of my cupboards and things that I haven't sorted out yet. This is the orange glaze. I'm just giving it a sharpen. Here it is. Like my wardrobe. Well, the wardrobe has mainly got husband's clothes in, so I thought if I could sort out mine and get rid of most of them, that will give him a bit more space. And things like that. I'm just trying to really clear back. I read this article actually earlier about a group, a couple. Well, I don't know if they're a couple, but it doesn't matter. They were clearing out their house because they were downsizing, and they were professors, and they had, oh, a pencil just fell. Must have popped out of my pencil holder. I've got a pencil holder which has got rubber things that you push the pencils down into, and I must have just flung it up into the air. Cadmium orange. That was quite amusing. I don't know if you heard it. It clattered onto my YouTube lamp. Anyway. So yes, they had donated a lot of their book collection to a charity shop because they had to downsize, and it inspired me to think, right, more downsizing needed. Obviously, they were moving to a smaller house. It's not what we're going to be doing. We just need more space, and I'm going to do this one in pink. I'm going to start with the fuchsia. I don't think I've used the fuchsia on this page yet. Yeah, it's just, you know, every time I buy a few more things, I think, yeah, we need a bit more space. And I have slowly been getting rid of things, and it feels so good. I really like it. I haven't even looked in the kitchen yet, but I'm sort of have been assuming that the kitchen is fine because it isn't that long since we did it. And when we did it, we, you know, cut down a lot of the stuff, but light purple pink. I'm sure there is still room for getting rid of a few things here and there. I just, even if it's just one thing a day, I just feel so satisfied, you know, and I think, but it does make me realise how much stuff I have actually got. You know, when you're looking through, you think, my goodness, I didn't know I had that, or that, or that, or my goodness, pink mandalate. You're like, oh, if I can fill a bag and take it to charity, that's great. And then you look and you think, well, just that one drawer would take up a couple of bags. So it's not really freeing up that much space, you know, but I'm trying. And I sort of get these ideas in my head where I have, right, I've got this thing and this thing and this thing. So I'll go and have a look at that and see if I can clear that out type thing, you know, and different ideas. So one of these buds I'm going to do in manganese violet. So there's a few books that I know the boys have got on their bookshelf that could go. For example, there we go. So I'm just concentrating on doing that. Now the next one, what should we do? I'm going to do yellow in the centres. I've decided. So we're sort of missing a red, maybe. Yeah, let's go. Oh, this is red. It's right next to the. Oh well, I'm sort of treating them as separate entities. So this is our pale geranium lake. I haven't used this colour for ages. No reason why. I do like it. It's quite a nice palish red. General purpose red. There we go. So now, as I said, the flower centres I want to do in yellow. They are tiny. So I'm going to use a darkish yellow. This is the cadmium. And I'm going to sharpen it really well. There we go. Yeah, there's a sort of different feelings about getting rid of things, isn't there? Some people say if you haven't used it for 2 years, get rid of it. You know, other people more 6 months. Other people are like, you know, think about what you're going to use it for type thing. You know, it's tricky, isn't it? Now I am going to grab this colour for my leaves. This is the permanent green olive, and we're going to use it for the stems to start with. So I like the stems to be quite intensely coloured, so I'm just putting down quite a lot of layers. There we go. But also I look at things and think, you know, if I make her a bit more space, I've got more space for colouring things, which is nice, you know, my sort of passion, rather than having books that I'm not going to read, or and someone else can benefit too, you know. If you're, I always donate anything that is decent to charity. I'm also using things up, so I use a lot of notebooks for noting down what colours I've used in videos and things like that, and so I found a load, so I can use those up, and that will save me buying. So there's that element to it as well, that, you know, I have in the past actually sorted through my wardrobe and found, or my chest of drawers, and found clothes I'd forgotten I'd had that tucked down in the bottom, that by wearing them means I don't have to buy a new t-shirt or whatever it might be, you know. So there's that element too, which is always rather good. I'm doing quite a lot with this, aren't I? I'm not leaving much space for another colour, but I am going to go over with another colour. I'm going to use the May Green. The Earth Green Yellowish used to always be my favourite, and then I started using the May Green because my Earth Green Yellowish got really short, and I didn't have another one at the time. I do now. I have a few. I usually have a few backups of ones as they start to get short. So, and then I realised the May Green, though it's very similar, it's paler, which I like, and so it's more, I like it a little bit more, maybe not, maybe. Ever the decisive person, good with the old decisions. You know, I even look in my cupboard, in my kitchen cupboard, I've got a bowl. It's a cut glass bowl that I was given as a wedding present from the company that I worked for at the time that I got married. And I'm there thinking to myself, why have you even got this? How often do you actually use it? You know, but I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to get rid of things that I will feel sad. But, you know, it's like, ooh. Anyway, I'm looking at this and I want to just get a little bit of dark sepia and do a little bit of shadow work like we didn't do for a few days, but I want to on this one, on these leaves, because we haven't got a big contrast between the colour of the leaf across the leaf, you know, from top to bottom. So I'm thinking if I put a bit of dark along here and on these stems a bit, I probably won't on those ones. I can't think of a natural place for it there, but just here where they're touching the plant, like that, just to give a little bit of separation. This one is a bit pale. There we go. There. So there they are. Now I'm happy and done. So that is me done for that one. So thank you so much for watching today. There'll be another video later, so do tune in for that one. But thank you. Have a super day and happy colouring.